This goes without saying once you start to understand a little bit more about the Danes and the fact that, as I've covered in a previous video, they don't like to waste time. If you're going to ask a question, ask a real question. If you're going to make a statement, make a real statement. And so along those lines, how are you is a real question. And now, this is a big East Coast, West Coast thing in the US too, right? I mean, East Coasters are always talking about how superficial and shallow West Coasters are, and West Coasters are always talking about what assholes East Coasters are. So at the end of the day, you know, it's an internal American issue as well. But arriving in Denmark, when you ask a Dane how they're doing, they'll answer, and they'll expect you to pay attention and to listen and to care what their answer is. So it's not just the casual greeting that we would use it as in the US, just like hey or hi or whatever else it might be. So that's something to keep in mind, and it's also a great thing because, of course, when someone asks you how you're doing, they're also expecting a real answer, not just good, fine, okay. So, you know, take that into consideration, incorporate it into how you're interacting, and it does mean too, hey, how are you doing? You know, that's a great way to start a conversation with friends or with strangers. Much more so than the, hey, how you doing in, you know, back in the States. So, yeah. Remember remember to be polite about it, because that is it's an important cultural difference. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm thrilled that you made it this far into the video. I hope you found it interesting, quirky, informative. Perhaps I answered questions that you've been wondering about for a long time, questions you didn't even know you had, or perhaps you think I'm completely full of bullshit. No matter what, I would love it if you would let me know in a comment. And if you have questions that you want me to cover or that you want me to elaborate on, I love those as well. Please subscribe, a thumbs up, a like, a share, all deeply appreciated. And of course, remember, you can always tune in the Virtual Wayfarer, where I blog about travel and these types of topics on a regular basis. Thank you, open roads, safe travels.